what we about to watch? Let's find some Strictly Brie to watch. Did she post yet? Hey, she posted. Let's watch it.
What's up, go-getters? It's Strictly Brie back with another video all about that business, motivation, self-care to progress. And today's a special video because we're going to be talking about Millis transfer. It's not Millis transfer. It's Millis Training Institute, MTI. So I wanted to go ahead and give a review since I have graduated and got my CDL. So for all the newbies or the new people that are actually looking into the school or actually in it or want to learn more about it, this is the video for you. Okay, so let's start about me. My name's Brianna Hutchins. I'm 25 years old and I actually came from working at Burger King, being a social worker, just in customer service, and now I'm a truck driver. So anybody can do it. It's possible. You got this. Don't give up, and don't let nobody tell you you can't do something that you really want to do. It's worth it. Okay, so let's talk about the likes. Okay, so I have a whole list of everything. So if I'm looking down, I'm just checking my notes. So like I was saying, you can come from anywhere. One of the students I was working with, he was working at Domino's for 10 years, and look at him now, a truck driver. Me, I had plenty of jobs like social work, customer service, fast food, anything you can think of, I did it. And now look at me, a truck driver. So don't think you can't do something because you have no experience. I had no experience behind a rig. So 2, the environment is like family oriented and very friendly. It's not toxic. Like there's no cattiness or anything like that. Everybody's super supportive, from the director of training to the teachers to the mechanics, the other drivers, everybody. Not even to talk about, to start off with, the recruiters. They're super nice and they'll answer any of your questions. Like everybody. It's just for you. They're here for you and they want you to succeed, okay? So 3, ask questions. I'm one person and I am not scared to ask no questions. Now, I don't be asking questions and they just told me the answer. Like if they say do it this way and you're like, hey, how am I supposed to do it? Like, come on now. They just told you. So you need to listen and ask good questions because they answer them. They answer all the questions. Like they either answer them or they at least gonna show you how to get the answer. So like I remember when I was doing the pre-trip and I was like, where's the water pump? Instead of him just showing me where the water pump is, which is what I wanted, he was like breaking it down. So going forward, now I know how to find the water pump. So yeah. Number 4, they provide lunch on Thursdays. So like I'm a big girl, I like to eat. So when I heard they provide lunch every Thursday, I was like, oh yeah, this for me. This for me. They ain't never miss. Like when some of the teachers were out and stuff and like people are just not there, they still go make sure they provide lunch on Thursdays. So I love that. I don't know if that's all the other Millis, but I know this is the one in Cartersville. So number 5, they're organized and adaptable. Like when I just talked about some of the teachers, like if they miss a day, that don't mean they finna cancel the class. No. And like, you remember when you was like in school and the teacher would be out and they bring in a sub and the sub don't have no idea what they talking about. They don't do that. They have another teacher who knows what they're talking about and they're gonna keep the ball rolling. They're not canceling the class, honey. You still gonna go. And you still gonna learn a lot. They know what they're talking about. Also, y'all, they give you an hour lunch break. So it's from 7:30 to 4:30. Around 11:30, 12 o'clock, you get an hour lunch break. That's enough time for you to use the bathroom, get you something to eat. Hell, I've taken a little nap. It's enough time. And then you get more energy going back out, doing what you had to do. So I love that they give you an hour lunch break. And the next one, where we at? Y'all. So when I was on the road, I didn't know this. So there's this like handle so that on the passenger side, so like your teacher, if you like driving out of control or you're rolling back, they can literally just pull the handle and it's the brake. It was so cool because when I was on the road, you know how you driving your car and you'll like push the gas while a car is passing, not too much to where you're going forward, but enough to where you're easing your way in there. Yeah, I was doing that in this, and honey, it was rolling back, and hell, I didn't even know it was rolling back. He said, "What you doing?" He like pulled the handle out real quick. I'm like, oh. He was like, "Yeah, you can't be driving this like it's your car." I'm like, noted. Okay. Also, the teachers and everybody there, they make sure you're well prepared to take your CDL test. Like, they're not finna just say, "Oh, you good, you got it," and you don't really got it. Like, even if you need another week, they'll give you another week before you take your CDL test. So I think that's real cool because they want you to succeed. Like, who wants to have 100 people come in at a year and only 30 of them get their CDLs? Like, that's bad for business. So they're not doing that. Also, they do provide, I didn't really benefit from this, so that's why it's at the bottom, but they do provide 1 week free hotel. Man, when I came the first day, they was talking about which hotel you at, like the teachers, so they make sure you got your free week. I was like, I'm not in a hotel. Man, they had a whole week free hotel, bro. I would have signed up, but I literally live 8 minutes away from the terminal, so I don't need it. So they do provide 1 week free hotel stay, and then they also give you a $30 reimbursement. So if your hotel is $70, they'll pay at least 30 of it each day. You just have to bring in the receipt. So that's also cool too. Another thing about Cartersville Terminal, you can get your CDL before you start the 15,000 miles with your on-the-road trainer. So I thought after we finish school, we'll go on the road with our trainer and then we get the CDL. But no, you finish school, get the CDL, and then you go on the road with the trainer, which is really cool because, like, if you quit, at least you quit and you got your CDL. You ain't just quit and have nothing to show for it, you know? So that's all I have for my likes. So let's talk about these dislikes. Now I'm gonna just let y'all know I'm a very positive person, so don't expect this list to be hella long, okay? I tried. I had like 10 or 11 likes on here, so I wanted at least 10 or 11 dislikes, but I couldn't do it because I love it. So, dislike. It is a fast-paced school, so it's not no technical school where you spending a whole week just doing straight back. No, you're doing straight back for one day, and then the next day, you're doing an offset. So, another dislike, you're going to have to learn to move, like, learn it and move on. You can't just learn it and then you still questionable. Like, you got to focus and learn it and move on, okay? It's very fast-paced. So, you need to learn. I'll talk about that later because that's a tip. So, like I said, it's fast-paced. That's one. You need to learn it and move on. That's part of it. And then the max class size you can have is 6. So, I know some schools, they be like having students of 18 in one class, so that's a lot. But hell, I struggle with just 6. So with just 6 people in a class, that's not big, but it is still quite a few people you got to get in one day to learn how to do a backing or just anything you need to learn. That's still a lot. Not a lot, but it ain't a lot, but it's just, it moves too fast to be having just 6 people. I'm gonna need these folks. Take a breath. But I don't know, that's just me. I ain't hating. Also, y'all, another dislike, and this ain't got nothing to do with Millis. This is about the government. Now, I was in debt before I even started the school. So I'm the type of person, like, I'll make me a budget, make sure I got all my finances together, you know, for the month, and like, I'm gonna use this to pay that, use that to pay that. So I calculated the $600 with my bills. When I got that check, honey, I did not think about the government taking taxes out. Like, I know that's common sense, but I thought I was gonna get that whole $600, okay? Whole $600 in the bank. I looked at that pay stub, I said, hold on, this not my whole $600. So That's why I'm gonna give y'all some tips, because the first day you start school, they'll give you a $200 advance, because some students be showing up with nothing. Like, they ain't got no money in their pockets. No money in their pockets. So they give you a $200 advance. Plus taxes. So your first check ain't gonna be nothing. It's not gonna, it's gonna be probably like $200, maybe even less. So yeah. I ain't like that they tax the $600, but I know it's a job, so they have to. Also, another thing I do not like, you get paid on Fridays, but your bank do not process it till like a Monday. So that whole weekend, honey, you ain't got no money. Okay? They do for the school, while you're in school, they do put all your money on the EFS card, which is cool. Because if you needed money, you could just get some cash out and then transfer the rest to your card on Monday. But like, I don't like how the EFS card, that it don't work everywhere. Like, it works at a McDonald's and you can take money out. But when I went to Arby's and all I had was money on my EFS card, that shit didn't work. I was mad. I was hungry. So I just had to go take money out. So that's another thing I don't like. The EFS card doesn't work everywhere. Okay. So yeah, that's all I got. So with all the dislikes, y'all know, like all the dislikes I talked about, I still rock with the program. I'm still here for it. It's just, you gotta stick to it. And you need to stick to these tips I'm about to give you. So come on, let's get these tips. Okay, so tip number 1. Come with a positive attitude and be ready to learn. Like, don't be coming up in here acting like you know everything, and just because you had a bad day the night before don't mean you need to bring it in the next day. Because like I said, positive attitudes, and be ready to learn, because them teachers, they're gonna be positive and they're gonna be ready to learn. But you can't bring all that drama and stuff from the last night to affect what you got going on today, because we got things to do. Tip number 2. Be prepared and have everything. That means everything. They're going to send you out a list months in advance before school starts on everything you need to bring. You need to bring everything, okay? That includes the atlas. That includes your driver's license. That includes your driver's license plus your Class A permit. Your Social Security card. Everything that's listed, you need to have, okay? Number 3. Tip number 3. Don't miss class. It ain't worth it. You're gonna miss a lot of information that one little day. So don't be missing class. And if you like me, I show up late everywhere. It don't matter how. Like I told you, I live 8 minutes away from the terminal. Tell me why I still be late. Now, it don't be like 20 minutes late. It'll be about 3 or 5 minutes. But they be saying, if you early, you on time. If you on time, you're late. And if you late, that don't need to happen. So he called me out after a couple times talking about me being late. So I stopped that. I nipped that in the bud. So y'all don't be late, okay? And if you're gonna be late or miss, you need to at least call them and let them know. They should be calling you, wondering where you're at. Is it your job to call them? So tip number 4. Don't watch a million YouTube videos, except for mine. You can watch mine because I'm angry. But don't watch a million YouTube videos before the school starts, because that's just gonna get your mind all messed up. You got Robert on YouTube doing it back in this certain way, and then they gonna teach you way different in the school, and that's just gonna mess you up. I know you're trying to be prepared though, but it's gonna mess you up. You just need to wait till the school starts. They gonna teach you. You need to apply what they taught you, okay? Now you can practice pre-trip. Can't fuck up the pre-trip. That's worldwide, you know? I mean, every tractor is different, but the backing, don't try and be too prepared for that. They gonna teach you. Okay. This light is blinding me. I can't see. Okay, yeah, this one, yeah. Tip number 5. You do not need to wear steel-toe shoes. I thought we needed to wear steel-toe shoes because, like, when you work I worked in, like, a factory, and they be like, you gotta have the the glasses to cover your face, the steel-toe shoes. So I thought, I mean, we moving they stuff. I thought we still gonna have to wear steel toe shoes, but that's not needed, and it's actually heavy on your foot, which means it's gonna be heavy on that throttle. So you can just wear Nikes, regular tennis shoes, anything closed-toed shoes. Okay, so you don't gotta wear steel toe shoes. Don't go out buying steel toe shoes, because you know why? That ain't even on the list that they sent you. Okay, so another tip is tip number 6. I suggest you taking notes or like a little video when they're teaching you stuff. That way when you go home, you can go home and memorize how this is supposed to go and just study and learn it. Because I took notes and they were pretty good notes. So when I would go home, I would, study them. That way when I get back in the backing range, I know what I'm doing by heart and by memory. And then it was crazy because, I do YouTube, so I'll be like recording, trying to hide it, but I'll be recording. So I recorded one of my teachers telling me how to go into the line. Like when I go around and I'm trying to get set up for one of my backings, I have to go into the line. And I heard in the video on how I'm supposed to do it, because when I did it the first time, honey, I messed up really bad. But after I watched that video, I got it, and I got it going forward. I ain't hit no cones. Your girl was straight. So that's why I suggest taking videos or taking a note, just so if you don't remember something, you got something to look back on, or at least ask them questions. Tip number 7, save up your money. Don't be out here, buying whatever, okay? Like, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I can at least give you this tip. When you come to the school, you need to have 3 things saved up. You need to have money saved up for food, you need to have money saved up for gas, and you need to have at least 1 week hotel saved up. Because like I told y'all, that first check ain't gonna be no big check. It's gonna be like $200, okay? So then you should at least have 1 week saved up. So I'm trying to help y'all out. You need to explain it any more, then that's on you. But I know for a fact that, I was at my house, so I didn't have to pay for hotels. But I do know hotels gonna cost you about $300-$400. Hell, even more than that, probably like $450 or something. So just have at least 1 week saved up. So if you get that little check that first day, that first week, you good. Like, you're not even stressed about it. You're good. I'm just trying to help y'all out. Okay, another one. Tip number 8. Manage your home time. Hell, I was at, my house was right there, so I ain't have to worry about home time. But I do know, you're getting a hotel, so if you have a spouse and they can take the time off, let them come with you to the hotel. They can't come to the school, but you can at least spend time with them in the hotel. Or if you want to go back home on the weekends, do it. Ain't nobody telling you can't do that. But you need to be back ready to work on Monday. Okay? So just manage your home time. Or let your people know, I ain't coming home for a month. Okay? They're going to have to get used to it anyway. But yeah, just manage your home time. Because I heard one student, he lived in Atlanta. And instead of him just getting a hotel in Cartersville, he would drive that hour and a half every day. Every day. Save money on hotel, spend a little bit more on gas. So like I said, manage your home time. Tip number 9. Now this one got me. So that's why I'm making it tip number 9 for y'all. Don't be buddy with all the other students, okay? Like, y'all here to learn. And I ain't talking about flirting or that. I'm talking about just being too friendly, okay? Like, I know this is a friendly environment, very family oriented, but y'all are here to learn and get your CDL. So make sure y'all out here learning, not trying to learn everybody else's history, because at the end of the day, you don't need to know all of them anyway, because you ain't gonna see them ever again. Maybe a couple of times, but like, you out here talking to somebody when you need to be practicing, okay? You should be practicing your backing or practicing your preaching. You shouldn't be learning where you work before then or how many kids you got. That don't matter. It can come up during lunch, but when you're on that backing range, it's time to focus. Only questions you need to be asking is asking the instructor. Or talk about work-related things. You know, like, hey, I see you doing really good on your backing. How are you doing that? That's a stupid question because they teaching you everything the same. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and give y'all that tip. Tip number 9, don't be too buddy. Okay? Tip number 10. Hey, I do suggest tip number 10. On your free time, talk to the other drivers that work there. Try and get a different viewpoint. Some of the drivers came through the same school you went to. And look at them now. 10 years in the thing. So yeah, talk to the other drivers, get a viewpoint, ask them, how is OTR, how is regional, stuff like that, or, you can ask them what they be eating, how is the detention pay or the layover. You can ask them what their work schedule is, like, do y'all work a certain amount of time a day, or it's just whatever. Ask them how it feels to be on the road by yourself. Just talk to them. They ain't scared. So tip number 11, make sure you know which way to turn that trailer, honey. Like, don't be up in there behind the tractor and you don't even know which way to turn your trailer, okay? Make sure you know which way to turn the trailer. And listen, oh my goodness. Okay, so I didn't write this down, but that was a flashback. I'm gonna just go with tip number 12. Because tip number 11 was make sure you know which way to turn your trailer. Tip number 12. When your teacher is talking to you, don't get overwhelmed and start crying because they're yelling at you. You can turn that tractor on and it's loud. They won't. I talk soft. Like, I be like, yeah, I don't know which way to turn it. And He looking at me like, I don't know what you saying, but I know your lips are moving. You need to speak up. But I don't like all that yelling and stuff. So they are going to yell at you, but it's not yelling at you. It's yelling so they can, you can hear them. Because if they talking in their normal voice, you're not going to be able to hear them. And it'd be funny because he showed me how I be. So it was funny. So yeah, don't start crying because I'm a crybaby. So don't start crying when they start yelling at you. They just yelling so you can hear them. Okay, so that's tip number 12. Tip number 13, honey, you're gonna need to bring your water bottle. You be out there on the backing for about 6 hours a day. I just make that up. I really don't know how long we be on there backing, but it's pretty much the whole time. So you're gonna need a water bottle. Drink you some water, especially if you're in the summer. Okay, make sure you got gloves if you're in the winter with the hot hands. Bring you the water bottle and be prepared for the weather. Tip number 14, I suggest to carry a little bit of cash. Now, I'm not no big baller, and I know I'm telling y'all to make sure you got food, gas, a week hotel stay. I'm just letting y'all know in advance because when I applied for the school, that was back in September. It didn't start till February. So you have plenty of time to save up some money for the things I'm suggesting. That's why I'm letting y'all know now. So I suggest to have a little bit of cash, maybe like 10 ones, just something little. Because that vending machine in Cartersville, I'm an Apple Pay girl. So I use my Apple Pay and they talking about holding $10. I'm just trying to pay for a $2 soda and you gonna hold $10 on my debit card? Like, come on. That's why I say carry a little bit of cash. Cause your girl went thirsty that day cause I ain't had $10. That's why I say bring a water bottle cause the water is free and they have their own. It's not a fountain, but you know how you have that jug and you can push down and get the water? It's like that. It ain't no raggedy water fountain. But hey, the water is free. Bring your prepared packet, call it a day. Tip number 15, I believe. Wash your clothes at the terminal. Don't be wasting money. I know they ain't laundromat. Yeah, the school may be closed, but you can still walk in the trucker's lounge and use the washing machine. Hello. Wash your clothes at the terminal. Save you a little bit of money. And I suggest to eat at that hotel for breakfast and bring your own lunch because we're here to make money, not spend money. So don't be wasting money on food all the time. Like, yeah, I said budget it in, but that's it for dinner. dinner in the weekends. Or when you're feeling good. Like, I ate Okinawa that one time. I did really good. Like, budget for that. But y'all try to go to McDonald's every morning and lunch and dinner. That's wasting money. Unless you got some coupons and points, then I'm here for it. You know what to do for you, okay? I'm just providing tips and suggestions. Tip number... Y'all, I feel like we at 16, but I know we not. I ain't gonna keep numbering them off. We had another tip. This tip is to practice pre-trip while other students are backing. So when other students are backing, that's not the time for you to be kit-katting it up with the other students that ain't backing. It ain't time to be buddy-buddy. It's time for you to focus on something else, all right? This student, they both taking up both tractors, so I'm gonna go to this tractor and practice pre-trip. And when they done, I'm gonna hop on and do my backing. We're being productive, okay? So, like I said, be productive. Another tip is to go home and study. Go home and do J.J. Keller. Go home and do your homework. Yes, they may give you homework. He gave us homework the first couple of days. I wasn't expecting that, but he did. Make sure you do it. Also, my last tip. Big tip. Watch my videos. Watch my videos, okay? Watch my videos and remember CDL and ABC when you're doing your pre-trip. When it's metal, CDL. Cracked, damaged, loose. If it's rubber, ABC. No abrasions, bumps, or cuts. I learned that from watching another pre-trip YouTube video. So those are little tips to help you with your pre-trip. All right. So let's get to these Q&As. Y'all be commenting some questions and I'll be trying to answer all of them to the best of my abilities. So Q&A. First one, we already talked about it a little bit. Let's go in a little bit more detail. How much you get paid? I'm only going to talk about how much you get paid while in the school. I ain't going to talk about it being on the road, okay? That's not what this video is about. So how much do you get paid? You get paid $600 gross pay a week for 4 weeks only. 4 weeks only, that's it. Your 4 paychecks, that's it. You'll get your pay stub that Thursday. If you don't get a pay stub, you ain't getting paid Friday. Make sure you get that pay stub and you review it. The first week, it ain't gonna be that full 600. Because the first day you get there, they're gonna be nice and give you a $200 advance. I love that. I was shocked. I was like, oh, hell yeah. Because you know I'm in debt. So I was like, oh, hell yeah, that's helpful. So that's going to come out of that 600 that first week. Then you got to remember taxes. Now, I'm in Georgia, so my checks went from 600 gross pay to 490 net pay. So that first week, you got to do 490 minus the 200 they gave me. So it ain't going to be that much. So that's the first week. But after that, the other 3 weeks, it'll be that regular 600 gross pay, 490, the other week. Y'all also want to know how much we get paid, so let's go into some more details. So I was able to help go down to Albany, Georgia, and help do a beer load. So if a driver shifts a load and they call one of the students to fix it, they'll pay you $20 an hour. Took us 5 hours. Jack got me an extra $100. Just make sure and follow up. You make sure you get that money, okay? We don't work for free. So yeah. So that's another thing that they could ask you to do. It's not really I don't want to. It's let's give back. Let's give back and make some money. We're go-getters. We're not gonna turn down no money, okay? So I answered how much you get paid. So now let's talk about that contract, that binding contract, okay? So I was in the old contract. So it was like, if you don't finish, you got to pay $2,500. But now they upped it. I think it's like $7,500. So if you sign a contract now, if you do not finish the school and you quit, you will have to pay $7,500. Now, don't ask me if you got to pay that all at once or if they're going to give you a payment plan, because your girl ain't quit. But I did get fired. So when I got fired, they canceled the contract. I didn't have to pay anything. But I have talked to other trainers, and if a student decides not to finish their 15,000 miles and they're quitting, they still got to pay that $7,500. So you still got to pay it. Still got to pay it. Now, if you do finish the school and you do finish the 15,000 miles, and when you get your own truck and you work for a year, you won't have to pay anything back. But I'm gonna let y'all know now, that year does not start until you get that truck. So you may start school like I did February 20th. That year don't start February 20th, 2023 to 2024. It only starts when you get that truck. And honey, I ain't even got my truck yet. So my countdown ain't even started yet. I'm still working. So the year does not start until you get your own truck and work for that full year. Then you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Okay? I had a comment about the cameras. I don't care about the cameras because, I don't care. I kind of like the cameras in case somebody try to hit me. I'm gonna be like, honey, boo-boo, I did not do that. You did that. But yes, they do have outward cameras. Okay, y'all, my phone died. Had to run it back real quick. Okay, so I know we was talking about cameras. So like I was saying, the cameras are inward and outward, okay? And it's actually crazy because I think they even have cameras at the bumper, like around the bumper, because on your dashboard, a little camera pop up, and that could be just something hitting the camera. So I think that's kind of cool too. You can also click on the inward camera, like let's say you get into a wreck or something. If you click the little button, it will go back 10 seconds before the incident and then 10 seconds after the incident. So if you click on it, it'll do that as well. Now, I know some people who cover up their cameras, but I ain't doing that. You're going to see all of this, okay? But no, it's just about safety. It's nothing serious. I do remember one of the students asking if they have volume. But they showed us videos in school, and I know they got volume because when they showed us videos of incidents that has happened in the past, I could hear everything the driver was saying. So yes, they do have volume as well. So if you talking shit, they hear that. All right, so we talked about cameras. So let's talk about that CDL test, honey. The thing we looking forward to, okay? So how long did it take for me to get my CDL test? Now, I don't know if y'all mean how long it took me the day I had to take my CDL test or just all in general, but I'm going to go over both. It took me 4 weeks, technically 5. If you want to be technical, I'm going to just say 4 weeks, but it was 5. So it's supposed to take you 4 weeks, and then the day you are going to take your CDL test, don't think that thing going to be an hour or 30 minutes. It's not going to be that quick. Okay, I got there at 11 a.m. and I ain't finished till 1 p.m. But at 12:30, after I finished my road test, we had to go back and do some paperwork. So I was able to take me a little lunch and eat, and we didn't finish till 1 o'clock. So that's how long it took me. I had pre-trip A, so I didn't have to go over the whole tractor and the whole trailer. If you do get D, which is everything, that takes an hour, plus your backing, plus your road test. So you're going to be there longer than I was. So you're going to be there longer than I was, okay? I do have one of my other coworkers who did get D. And he was the second one to take his CDL test. And I ain't going to lie to y'all, I kind of wanted D. You want to know why? Because I worked my butt off learning pre-trip. So I wanted to apply all my knowledge and get all them extra points. But he got D but wanted A. I got A but wanted D. Okay? So yeah, it's going to take you a couple of hours to get your CDL test the day of the test. But I do suggest you getting there. Like if your test is at 11 like mine was, I suggest they're getting at 8 or at least 9 and just practice your pre-trip. can never practice pre-trip enough. I practiced pre-trip so much, but when I took my test, I missed the hub seal and the freaking windshield wipers, which suck because while I was practicing all this time, I kept missing the windshield wipers. Like, ugh, stupid. But yeah, so you never get enough pre-trip practice, okay? So let's talk about the difference between OTR and regional. OTR stands for over the road. Regional don't stand for nothing. So Millis just offers those two. They don't offer dedicated or anything crazy like, well, it's not crazy, but anything like that. It's just OTR or regional. So from my understanding, regional is like the South, you know, down south. You go to Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama. I got one co-worker who went from Alabama to Missouri, so I really... Who is that? Okay. But they have said from talking to other drivers that you can be home on the weekends. But I have heard other drivers say you get paid more doing OTR. But then I have heard other drivers say that if you work every day doing regional, it's pretty much the same check. So hey, do you, boo. OTR, over the road, honey, we all up north. I be in Ohio, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana. I've been in North Carolina. I think that's all I've done so far. But really anything up north. And then sometimes they give us a load in Georgia to take back up north to like Indiana or Ohio or something like that. So you have that. Also, I have heard that when you're starting out and you're a new driver, people do suggest for you to be over the road for at least 1 year in case you want to go to another company. You have that over the road experience. I heard that from a girl on TikTok, so y'all don't be quoting me, okay? This is just things I've heard, and I'm going through it like y'all going through it. So yes, that's the difference between OTR and regional. Hope that helped. If not, comment down below any more questions. Let's get into that per diem and straight pay, because you get paid 2 different ways here. So I chose the straight pay route because I'm new to this, so I ain't trying to be looking at my pay stub and be like, okay, this goes where, that goes where. I just wanted to be all one. I got paid this, government took out that, this my net pay. Now, I also want to do straight pay for a year just to see how that reflects on my taxes. And then next year, I'm going to do per diem and see how that reflects on my taxes. And then after that, I can decipher which one I like the most. So, per diem, they give you bonuses and stuff to sign up for that. I think it's like $1,000 bonus and stuff. You get vacation. Like, straight pay, you don't get no home time vacation. If you don't work that week, you don't get paid. But per diem, you get, I think, a week or 2. They'll explain it. But yeah, you be getting paid. I'm like, okay, that's a good thing. So another thing about per diem, they take taxes out of your sits. So we get 44 cents per mile for straight pay. We get 44 cents per mile for per diem, but part of it is taxed. So I think 37 cents is not taxed, and then the remaining is taxed. But y'all don't be quoting me because I ain't do per diem. That's why I tell y'all to talk to the other drivers, see what they got going on, okay? They can help you out, see which one you want to do. So we talked about the straight pay and the per diem. I'm just going to let y'all know if y'all have any more questions, comment down below because I will at least try and get them for you. And if I ain't making no sense, you can at least call the Millis recruiter and ask them. But I do want to let y'all know this is not an endorsement video. I am not sponsored by them or anything. All of this is my own knowledge and my own opinion. It does not reflect Millis's, you know, whatever they told me to say in the dang handbook. But you know what I'm talking about. Okay? So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Because you know what? We go-getters and we trying to get this some money. Good luck to all the students that are currently in the school. If you're just trying to get some information about the school, I'm glad you watched this video. And good luck to y'all.